Proportion relates to a sense of visual hierarchy. Selling points on your mobile app, website, product, or service are genuinely bigger. So if you really want to get someone's attention, you will make that bigger. My name is Anita-Mai Goulding. I work in the Adobe strategic development team for EMEA, and I have over 8 years experience in experience design and content management. Proportion as a design principle is imperative for any good user experience. It consists of the measurements, dimensions, and proportion, especially in terms of how much white space you want to use, the colors, UI elements, specific iconography, which you want to use throughout, and getting all those right and not having too much of one thing over another and ensuring that it's a clear layout for your end users. So consistency, transparency, and personalization, they all interlink with proportion. You don't want every single page looking the exact same in terms of its overall layout. You want it to be consistent, but still let people know that they're on a different page and they're interacting with a different service. Proportion is so important in design because without it, how can you build like a usable product, service, website, or mobile application? Someone would look at your particular product and just be like, whoa, where do I go? None of this makes sense. You have to ensure that it's consistent and you have to ensure that it will obviously mean something to your end users. If we ignored proportion, havoc would break loose. Without having the consistency and the overall dimensions and spacing on a particular site, it would just look so off. And it would just look like someone came in, didn't really care about this particular mobile app or website, for example, and they would just switch off and go find their information elsewhere. Proportion relates to a sense of visual hierarchy because your most kind of biggest call to actions or your biggest features or, selling points on your mobile app, website, product, or service are genuinely bigger. So if you really want to get someone's attention, you will make that bigger, you'll make it more prominent. So a customer project that I worked on recently was with a large Eastern European bank. And they were having a real challenge getting their small, medium business customers to really engage with their products and services. I first kind of started out, as I do with all my customer projects, doing like a heuristic review, really understanding what's going on. At what point on their website are they dropping off? Here's an overview of all our key findings from Serbia. As you can see in the middle example, there was a lot of feedback. This proportion, this layout, this consistency didn't really resonate with people. And we got into a lot of terminology around what kind of iconography they wanted to use through to overall spacing. And then here's an example of the kind of finished design. Iconography was key here. And in terms of proportion, having all the spacing around the activity of the account, ensuring that there's enough of a gap, proportion is key. We still have the brand's overall look and feel, but we've really, really kept it so that it's engaging to people. They can get exactly what they want from it. And it's obviously intuitive. My biggest tip to any new designer starting to work with proportion is to get it all out of your head and onto paper. And by that, I mean start by sketching out the overall kind of layouts of your particular screens, what the start to end point is going to be, what the journey looks like. And once you have the kind of initial sketches, start mind mapping it. What is all the content, branding, UI functionality, all of that that's going to go into and get really baked into your design.